Somebody shot my dad. I get the killer mentality. I come from murder and tragedy. Single burn home and family. Do this shit for my whole family. I'ma go get me a Grammy. You know that I'm missing you, Granny. Backbone to my whole family. I got to turn for the family.
You know, but Doc, see, the crazy part about, like, to me, when you think about, you know, how black people in those positions, see, the system operates how it operates. I don't care who the players are, right?
Exactly.
I think that's one, right? But then two, there's like this I think black police officers, judges, whomever feel like they have to be heavy-handed to prove to the overall system that they're not partial. Where white judges can be partial to a white defendant all the time.
All the time.
But with us, it's because, again, the system itself, that systemic stuff that we talk about, it even play out when you get black people in those positions. Because the last thing a black judge wants to be accused of is being lenient. That's the last thing, is soft on black criminals and all that. So, you know, it's like that thing where we kind of maybe harder on ourselves than, you know, somebody else.
And that's what we arrived at with Meek Mill.
Yes.
Right.
That's exactly. Yes.
Perfect example of it. Right.
Absolutely.
Poster child for that.
Yep. She was trying to make a point to him. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to make a point to even whoever she felt like was watching her. Right. Whoever she felt like, you know, was paying attention. Would she just let this celebrity rapper guy go? And she was like, nah, his ass going to jail. And I think that plays itself out. So it's like for us as a black person before a judge, it's like, you know, you between a rock and a hard place. You get a white judge, you may obviously see that play out, right? Where he throw your life away. But getting a black judge may not make you feel any better, because then that black judge may feel like the same thing, like you a disgrace to the race, you playing into the narrative. Like I've had conversations with people, like even with me working within, you know, supervision agency, right? So I work in law enforcement, right? Even though I'm not on the law enforcement side, but I work in law enforcement and talking to some of my colleagues, and these are black people feeling like, you know what I mean, I'm trying to set an example for our race, and they keep wanting to do and they could have made the same decisions I made, and they just want to break the law, and you know what I mean? And you got to acknowledge, like, how you hear where they coming from. But again, don't ever take off the table what's like influencing that person's decisions. You know what I'm saying? What are the other factors? You know, and I think sometimes when we get in position, that gets lost.
Right. Exactly. So when
the scariest thing, but the scariest thing is the black people that's in these agencies that's saying that to you, Tony, they are in charge, or they have control over someone's freedom, and that's what fucks me up. You know what I mean? Like, they actually have control over someone's freedom.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, are we giving the power? Are we giving too much power to the wrong people? Do the vetting services need to be a little better? Because even making comments like that makes me feel like they're being one-sided.
But then they'll say they don't have the power. The person got the power of their freedom, especially on the supervision side. Well, and you know, me seeing, like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? It ain't funny. It's kind of funny though. Like, one of my homies was supervision, right? And he was telling me how petty his PO was, right? It's my first after the agency. This is 11 years ago. But he told me how petty his PO was, and how she on his back, and how she playing with his freedom, and dot. And I had an opportunity he got, you know, to be able to look at, you know, his situation. I mean, I talked, you know, she was we were in the same office. She's like, Tony, come here. Look. And he tell me he gave her like 50 dirty yarns.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. He did not share that with me.
Right.
So this woman who has children and a family, and she's being judged by how she does her job. How can she justify keeping you in freedom after she didn't gave you every chance in the book?
But then, Tony, you know,
I'm not defending that. No, let me finish. I'm not. I want you to know though, but I'm just my point though. Not that I don't disagree with you, but my point is that I'm just saying that there are very other variables, right? And it has multiple sides and multiple lenses. I don't think that you got a lot of assholes, right, in any job, right? But by and large, though, I know that most of the people that I've seen really want people to do the right thing. They're not trying to take people's freedom. Like I think a lot of it got to be about but we got to be more in terms of the practitioners, the law enforcement folk. Their lens, their scope has to be adjusted in the sense of understanding the variables that's going on in people's lives, and that you're not going to make nobody do the right thing. You have to assist and resource and love people to the point where they can make better decisions. You can't make ain't nobody send to jail. Like you ain't gonna be you gotta do this, Jay. If you don't do this, I'm violating you. That ain't moving you. Especially when you dealing with addiction, you dealing with problems, you dealing with trauma and stress. Well, we gotta be like, yo, how can I get you? How can I help you? I'm in this with you. You know what I mean? That's the focus I feel like that needs to be taken.
OTL, Mafia Music. I don't really do the computers. I'm in the street with the movers. I'm on the block with the shooters.